Dabbling Doofus rules. Dear Justice Donolfo, please accept this letter in response to the April 15, 2026 letter from Daniel L. Cevallos, Esquire, the defendant's fancy TV counsel, admonishing me and questioning my representations made as an esteemed officer and a gentleman of the court. Conspicuously absent from Mr. Cevallos' letter is any reason why counsel needs to appear in person and spend most of the day traveling for what will likely be at best a 20-minute conference as opposed to a more economical and practical method of participation, i.e., via telephone or virtual. Similarly, Mr. Cevallos does not explain why the date cannot be moved either before or after my arbitration date, even though he did not set the hearing and has no power to do so. Plaintiff can only surmise as to the possible reasons why defendants are taking this position. One, to unnecessarily add to the plaintiff's cost in this litigation. We understand that the defendant's attorney's fees and costs are being paid via a legitimate GoFundMe or similar crowdfunding platform, while my deadbeat client would prefer to have the entire case on contingency with no financial risk to himself. Two, to generate content for a number of podcasters, social influencers, and subscribers of defendants' podcasts, such as the hilarious Dabbling Doofus, who I highly recommend you subscribe to. Dabbling Doofus rules. By way of example, Mr. Cevallos' letter of April 15, 2026 has generated the following podcast subject matter. I am the unattractive, chubby man in the middle tearing the mic up on stage. The point raised in my initial letter dated April 6, 2026, to the court stating that given the fact that there were several motions pending before the court, a conference at this time would not seem to be very productive. My bad luck. I am disappointed that Mr. Cevallos is using my health and personal issues as a weapon. Mr. Cevallos is absolutely correct that I have had health issues and other personal obstacles within the past year that required me to write to courts and explain and ask for courtesies. By way of example, as noted by Mr. Cevallos, I had a hemorrhage behind my left eye, causing the pressure to significantly exceed normal levels. I can assure the court that this was no minor situation. It required frequent visits to my retina doctors and ophthalmologist. However, this is not a reason tendered for my current circumstances, as the hemorrhaging stopped and my eye pressure is controlled by multiple daily eye drops twice a day. Sometimes they feel a little bit stingy, but I have learned to cope with the minor discomfort with warm compresses and a shot of well-aged whiskey. Similarly, my car turned out to be more than a fender bender as the insurance company totaled my car. And yes, it took several days for me to obtain a new car because I have extremely high standards when purchasing a vehicle. I need my ample bottom to fit nicely to the car seat, thus avoiding saddle sores from potential long drives between New York City and Rochester, New York. I also need to have my vehicle upgraded with 18-inch bass thumpers so I don't lose street cred with my homies from having lame audio. Again, this is not an issue present here for my request to move the conference date to a date before or after the conference and to appear by telephone or virtual app. My initial letter did not elaborate on my health issues, and I will refrain from doing so here so as not to provide fodder for defendant supporters like Dabbling Doofus, who apparently rules based on the numerous videos I have watched of his. But I can assure the court that my health issues are very real. I also have had to attend to my mother, who is in a physical therapy rehabilitation facility where Medicaid stated that service will discontinue and she should be discharged. I appealed this decision and won. Booyah! Chalk up a big W for Susser. What may be viewed as a simple matter of contacting the facility to ensure that she is getting proper care has not been so. I actually had to contact them twice because the first time my call went to voicemail, I am forced to speak with different people at the facility many times throughout the weeks. to ensure that they are doing what they are required, a pure diet, and weaning her off of oxygen, which they are often found not to be doing. On top of all of this, I am also striving to meet deadlines and appearances and other matters, so you are not the only judge or client that is pissed off at my poor performance and ample excuses. Call it bad luck. I call it my life for the past year. Thankfully, nothing is life threatening other than perhaps for my mother. Nonetheless, I wouldn't wish this present situation and other issues I shall cryptically allude to but not disclose to anyone for the reasons set forth in my original letter. I respectfully request that the conference be adjourned to a date that does not conflict with my mediation, and that I be permitted to appear virtually dressed like a giant white bunny rabbit. I thank the court for its courtesies and consideration. Respectfully submitted,
Bennet Susser.